Hi, I'm Michelle Guiliano, co-founder of SALT Consulting and Communications. I'm so excited to tell you about our SALT small group coaching labs. Have you wondered what it'd be like to have focused energy and attention on a problem or a challenge you're facing, and have solution finding power in less than half a day? Do you think you'd benefit from coaching but feel you can't afford it? Join me, Coach Michelle Guiliano, and author Denise Nickerson for an intense, incredible, intentional live session all about you, your project, your business, your job search, or your search for a more meaningful and impactful life. You'll benefit from hearing what others need to focus on as well. So often, we're stuck in our own minds, listening only to our own thinking. A coaching lab can really help shake things up. Small group coaching labs provide a way to test drive our coaching, to gain momentum from instant accountability partners, and to get feedback from coaches and participants on a quick pitch. We'll work on real challenges that are relevant to you, and each participant will know the next steps to take in the following days to make progress on whatever project or challenge needs attention and action. We'll start taking action together during the lab. Our labs are for people who want not only to imagine or dream about a shift, but make a shift towards taking action, growth, progress, getting results, and even feeling better about themselves and their work. We love to exchange ideas and share, but in our labs we go way beyond discussion. And instead of just telling you about it now, we'd like to give you a taste of what could happen in a SALT lab. I'll hand over the microphone now to Denise Nickerson, my business partner, and she'll talk you through a universal concern. So get some pens and paper ready. You won't be able to help yourself when it comes to participating. Feeling nervous? Excited? Determined? Good. Use the energy and enjoy the ride.
Thank you, Michelle. Hi, we're so glad you're here. Would you like to know about one of the most important, easiest things that everyone and anyone can do to make life better? This is a topic I love because I have seen and understood the power it has for individuals and how they make an impact in the world with joy, enthusiasm, and passion for what they're doing. Olympians need it, and so do volunteers. Job seekers need it, and so do executive directors. Entrepreneurs and artists need it, and increasingly kids do too, if they want to attend university or get a job as they grow up. This topic is important in the 40 countries I have worked in for men and women, old and young. You are working on it right now. It's up to you to decide whether or not you are active or passive, whether to be stuck or to be strategic, and how best to get creative and have fun with it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Are you curious? Do you like feeling accomplished, helping others, getting things done, being selected for a job you want? Have you created something you want people to know about? A project you're planning, a painting for sale, a book you wrote, or a course you teach? Do you find that life flows better when you have a sense of purpose? Are you an authentic person? Do you have integrity? Do you show up or respond more openly and readily to people who are passionate, whole, and complete? Of course you do. Do you want the people in your network to respond to you? We think so. You, like everyone, should pay attention to your personal brand. Why? Because considering, strategizing, and developing your personal brand does so much for you. For example, it gives you a digital footprint that you design and drive. It keeps you in a mindset of self-reflection, self-knowledge, and self-development. It supports the capture and use of your personal stories, helping you bring your whole self to your life and work, leveraging what makes you human and authentic. Your personal brand helps you reach and connect with a community of like-minded people. It communicates to the world who you are and what you're about. It saves you time when you want to mobilize others and get things done. Your personal brand can help you to educate, connect with, and convince people who are different from you to consider ideas you care about, like ecological themes or advocacy for a particular cause, and funding your projects or concerns. Your personal brand is created and cultivated by you, and it also serves you. So who are we? I'm Denise Nickerson, co-founder with Michelle Guiliano of SALT Consulting, a boutique communications consultancy. We care about lifelong learning, elevating women, empowered decision-making, character strengths, creativity, your inner voice, and unleashing the coach within you. We've been privileged to get to work with leading men and women all around the world who hire SALT to deliver outstanding results and heart-centered leadership for individuals and teams. We design and facilitate retreats, workshops, and world-class events. We also help leaders understand power, position, and presence so they can best communicate with their important audiences and key stakeholders. Everyone we have ever worked with has needed to take time to check in with themselves about their personal brand, because the people who work with us all have important things to achieve, just like you. So why is personal brand important? If you don't cultivate, curate, and create your personal brand, you can experience some pain in life. Ouch! HR professionals, university admissions staff, and potential clients are checking you out. Did you know that a study from Career Builder revealed that 70% of employers now use social media to screen job candidates before hiring them? Personal branding is not just for entrepreneurs, speakers, and writers. Absolutely everyone should be concerned with how they are perceived online and how that correlates with who they really are in other contexts. Sociologists and psychologists know that we can only really maintain a maximum of up to 250 stable relationships with other human beings. We are only human after all. Look up the British anthropologist Dunbar and Dunbar's number, which is an even lower estimate on Wikipedia, to read more on that subject. Most professionals on LinkedIn today have more than 250 LinkedIn connections, which often doesn't include family and friends. Add in other social media platforms or certain professions like teaching or training, where you come into contact with many individuals every year, and many of us are in regular contact with thousands of people on a regular basis. How can we relate to so many people? How can we express our values? How can we understand one another? The answer is through our personal brand. Our personal brand communicates with others for us when we can't or don't share the intimacy we have with our cherished inner circles. Thanks to technology, our personal brand also communicates about us and for us when we are doing other things, like sleeping, enjoying a meal, or traveling. Okay, so now you are probably feeling motivated to take care of business. You might even feel a little bit stressed about your personal brand. Don't worry. We have prepared some first steps for you so that by the end of this video, you'll know what you are already doing right and what you can do next to improve your brand. A year from now, you'll have made so much progress that creating, refining, and caring for your personal brand will feel like second nature to you. You'll also be able to return to this same video, recenter on yourself, your purpose, and your personal brand, and take things to the next level. It will all depend on how you see your mission in life and where you want to take your career, your passions, and your projects. So, let's get to the how-to, the basics. At this point, you may want to press pause occasionally and actually do some of these exercises. You'll feel really accomplished if you do. Number 1, know yourself. Who are you? Write down some key words that define your identity. Go ahead and hit pause if you want, and just write down some keywords that say who you are. Number 2, know your values. This is a great time to name your top 10 values. And if you haven't done a values inventory exercise of some kind, to block time in your calendar very soon to do it. Thinking about what you value, what your values are, which values you want to transmit. It's very important work, and you can do it in just a few minutes. I really suggest you hit pause and do a little work on it now if you can. Okay, welcome back. Number 3, Know your key messages. What do you want the world to know, to care about? What do you have to share with humanity from your experience? Again, you might be just really ready and sure about what your messages are for the world and definitely pause and jot them down. Or maybe you've never thought about it before. What are my messages? Take a few notes, think about that. You can always come back to it later as well. Number 4, to build a personal brand in today's world, you need some images. You need photos of you being you. You'll need a headshot and images of you doing what you do best at work and for fun. You might also need to consider having a few professional photos taken too. We can keep going, or you can hit pause and even Google right now a photographer you'd like to book. Number 5, pick out some role models, heroes, and people you know and like to follow and learn from. Pay attention to how they express their identity in different contexts and how they manage their brand in a manner that you admire. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Number 6, it's time to set up some social media accounts, at least 3 if you haven't already. Start where you are comfortable. Get to know the platforms and how people present themselves on each one. You should know that 91% of retail brands use 2 or more social media channels. 81% of all small and medium businesses use some kind of social platform. People need to too. Even if you have professional accounts for a business you own or are employed by, you do need personal accounts. Jobs come and go. Companies come and go. Your personal brand will be with you through thick and thin. Number 7, consider making 1 or more websites, or at least reserving the URLs for your name and the names of any businesses or projects you own or plan to create. Number 8, gather testimonials and references about you, your character, your professionalism, your work, and any products or services you have sold. There are many ways to use these testimonials, but making sure you have a ready supply to work with is an important first step and can fuel your momentum later on. Think holistically about your life. You may feel like you're in a dead-end job, but you're running an entire scout program for your kid. That's a project management situation that you can get a reference for. Number 9, make a list of other brands that you would like to be associated with. Organizations, companies, leaders, writers, institutions, universities, teams, charities. It's a long list. Choose brands that share your values and those making the same kind of impact that you dream of making in the world. You can hit pause and make that list right now, or we can continue. So now that you've gotten started, how will you keep working on your personal brand going forward? The good news is it gets easier. It's something that you can kind of build into your habits and maintain. You can make it easy and organic. So here we go. Love your tech. Know how to use it wherever you are. Be ready to capture your inspired ideas whenever they occur. Is it when you wake up in the morning, after a run, while you're driving? Please pull over to write. Take a photo or a short video clip of yourself in order to more readily reach and communicate with your people. Share it right away or save it for later based on themes or values or just topics. Share your learning. When you learn, you also get to grow your following and impact your personal brand. You get to improve your mind and associate your brand with good ideas. For example, if you like this short video about personal brand, you can share a link to it on your social media with a comment about its value for you and help others in your community at the same time. Take a little time each week for each of your social media platforms to add content, ask questions, and read content provided by the people you follow. Remember, you picked them carefully, so you should be interested in what they have to say. It can be a Monday afternoon ritual, or a couple of hours on the weekend, or a 15-minute daily check-in. Do what works best for you and your personal situation. Take time every 3 to 6 months to update your CV. This doesn't mean you have to write a new CV each time, but you should make notes on your roles and responsibilities pertaining to important work projects. Take note of professional accomplishments and review your skill set. How can you best capture and tell this story? Yes, this also includes stay-at-home parents and people who have been in the same job for years. It is so easy to overlook what we are doing on a daily basis or to undervalue your work. Write it down. Get set to show and tell. You never know when you will need to explain your value to someone else. Life happens. Be ready. Write a few bios about yourself so they are ready for copy-paste. 100 words, 250 words, 500 words. This exercise is about readiness, but it also helps you to take yourself, your career, your purpose, and your life seriously. Anyone who has ever prepared a media kit for any worthwhile project or event knows that you need some photos, bios, and testimonials ready. You are now preparing the media kit for your personal brand. Now, you might be thinking, what? I need a media kit? Yes, you do. If you wrote a book or if you want to raise money for your neighbor who is facing illness. If you want to help any club, yours or your children's, to go on a camping trip, or if you want to launch a startup, everyone needs a media kit. Make it a habit to ask for references and testimonials on a regular basis, like every time you do something good, or every time someone else has appreciated the value in you and in your work. Sourcing and using testimonials is another skill set that Michelle and I teach, so watch this space for a future video on that topic. You matter. Your accomplishments, activities, plans, and dreams are worth your time and your attention. If you want to integrate this belief, take some action to care for your personal brand and prove it to yourself. Now you might be asking yourself, why am I doing all this work? Do I really need to? The answer is yes. If you remember, we already talked about that. Your personal brand is an expression of who you are, and also a vehicle for you to be your authentic self and serve your purpose with many people outside your intimate circle of family and friends who can still benefit from your presence here on earth, your mission, your creativity, your business, and your work. The people you come into contact with, you can serve and influence them, and you can inspire them. You can work with greater joy, speed, and fulfillment to further your projects. It's as simple as this. You exist, you want to do things, and clarifying and using your personal brand helps you build the influence and following needed to accomplish any goal you set your mind to. It's worth spending time on if you care about your place in the human race. Right now, you're taking time to define that place actively, and it's worth it. It's not about your ego or some inflated sense of self-importance. It is about your values and your work's value in the world. If what and who you care about matters, what better voice than yours? What better energy than yours to serve this greater purpose?
Wow, and what better voice and energy than yours, Denise, to share your passion for personal branding with all of us. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure, Michelle.
So, in our small group coaching labs, in private sessions with us, or in a workplace or corporate workshop, we can walk you through the why and the how of building a successful personal brand, regardless of your current professional situation or your goals. If you'd like some feedback on what your personal brand is communicating about you today, if you'd like to take time to set a new strategy, take next steps, or better define and strengthen your personal brand, give us a call or send us a message. Go ahead. Invest in yourself. Make your personal brand stronger, brighter, and better. And see just how a few subtle changes help improve the quality of your life and the way in which you're perceived. So how do you feel? Did you get some work done? Are you motivated to do more? If you just spent the last few minutes here with us while working for you, congratulations. Great job! If you enjoyed and were inspired by the content in this video and would like to experience more of our coaching on any project that is dear to you or any problem or challenge you're facing, click below on the link to reserve your place in the next SALT Small Group Coaching Lab. Of course, places are always limited. It's for small groups. Any questions? Just give us a call. We really look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you.